Hey guys, Alex here, and this is my third battle from the Eatbats Ely tournament, Warhammer Fantasy 2,400 points. It's a fantastic tournament went to. Like I said, it's the night after the tournament. It finished a couple of hours ago, so I've come home, I've had some dinner, relaxed, and I'm just doing the battle reports while they're still fresh in my memory. First things first, I'd applaud you to check out the other videos just to make sure that you're up to speed with how I've been doing so far. The last two games were Demons, fantastic players I was playing against, and this third one I got the draw for Skaven, which is fantastic. I haven't played Skaven in a while, so it was really great to play against them. Managed to end up on table 2, seeing as I won the last games, which does mean, of course, this game is going to be the hardest game out of the bunch of them. And good God, does Alan Daly make me work for it. Before I forget, Alan Daly has a YouTube channel as well. He does some battle reps as well. His YouTube channel is Just Me Daily? Question mark? I'll put a link in the description so you guys can have a check of it anyway. He doesn't play Skaven at all. He borrowed the army off his friend. It was his third game ever, and he absolutely curb stomped me. But you can find all about that a bit later on. And then, yeah, so let's crack on with it. I don't know where I was going with that then. So the first thing first, I'll talk about the list as much as I can remember. It was a horrible 2,400 point list of Skaven to play against. And the last game we played was Blood and Glory, which for you guys is the banner capturing one, which is the Fortitude. It means that you get 2 for your general, 1 for every banner, and 1 for your BSB. And as soon as you get below 3, your army is considered broken. In this tournament, we had a sliding 20-point scale, so 20 O's to 10 O's effectively. You also got a 5 victory game point bonus if you could break your opponent. So if you got them to Fortitude, the game didn't end like it normally does. It just meant that the Fortitude was you gave you 5 extra victory points. So I'll start from his left-hand side to the right-hand side. He had a Doom Wheel, 20 slaves, Warp Lightning Cannon, another 20 slaves. If you can see at the bottom of the screen there, he's got a Rat Dart of 5 people. People? God, no, that's a horrible exaggeration. They're rats, not people. Another... Sorry, that was really mean with me, wasn't it? There's another unit of 20 slaves, another Rat Dart in front of them. On the right-hand side, you can see 2 more units of slaves, another Warp Lightning Cannon. Then at the back, he's got a unit of 50 Storm Vermin. Inside of there, he has a BSB and a Gracier, who is all the fun stuff that Graciers are. Somewhere in here there's a Warlock. Oh, yep. Furthest unit on the right of slaves is a Warlock in the front rank with the Doom Rocket. Then we've got another Warp Lightning Cannon. We've got the Hell Pit Abomination. And then we've got over here another unit of 20 slaves. So quite a lot of slaves. His Fortitude was all held in that unit right at the very back of the unit. Unit at the back of the unit? Good one, Alex. Unit back at the back of the board. I had a very simple plan when I started this game, and you can see how it came to fruition a bit later on. Luckily, with my spells that I got, which I didn't take a picture of, I got the ones... I'll show you why it's irrelevant what spells I got in a minute. Most important one was I got Doom and Darkness. My tactic was as easy as this. I'm going to get Doom and Darkness off on that unit of Storm Vermin, and I'm going to hit them with the Hell Cannon. Because they're 10 with the Gracier, but it means they go down from 3 to 3 from Doom and Darkness, minus 1 from the Hell Cannon, which means, providing my luck is absolutely average, they should be testing on a 6 to stay where they are. 6, no, sorry, it's a 9. No, it must be, well, it's 5 or 6 to stay where they are with a reroll. The odds say that unit should flee, and with the distance they've got at the back, I could break this army in 1 turn. I was getting a bit greedy, seeing as I'd won the last 2 games. That was my tactic straight away. The Rat Darts, I don't care about, avoid them. The Slades, going to try and avoid them. I want to try and get into combat as quickly as I can with the Warp Lightning Cannon. Doom Wheel, again, I've never played one before. And the Hell Pit, I know, melts to any fire, but it's about average as it can be in combat with fighting. The most important part for me, though, mainly because the objective was to make sure that I could hit the... big unit at the back, but also that is all that he's got at this point. I mean, I think it's about 46 points for a unit of 20 slaves, 40 points for a Rat Dart. I mean, they're worth nothing. So all his points are in that unit at the back, and if I want to win, I've got to take that unit at the back, and I've got to take it fast. We go to my left side going right. I've got my Gorbeast Chariot. I've got the my first banner in the Corn Warriors. I've got a unit of dogs. My second banner with Festus in the Nurgle Warriors, both with halberds. Callus, my Plague Father Demon Prince at the back. He's level 3 Law of Death. He's got the Chaos Melee, so he knows an extra spell. He has, equipment-wise, the Sword of Striking, the Dragonbane Gem, and the Charm Shield. Equipment-wise, he's got Chaos Armor, Flight, and Scaled Skin. He's got the Chaos Melee, like I said. He's got Acid, Blood, and the Soul Feeder as well. 3 Skull Crushers. Oh, it needs my General, obviously, so he's another 2 points. Then I've got my 3 Skull Crushers with the Gleaming Pendant and the banner, so there's another banner. And my BSB hiding in the woods, Gabriel. He's got the annoying 1-up armor save, 3+ ward rerolling 1s, and a great weapon. He's another one to my Fortitude. And next to him, kind of babysitting him, I've got the Gorby's Chariot. The deployment's funny for this one because it's 9 in from either side and then 15 on. But whatever, the deployment was kind of fun for this one. So I got first turn, which I love because this means I can hopefully end that Storm Vermin unit before we even get a turn. So everyone moves forward. Yeah, I don't really have a plan at this point. I just want to get into combat as quickly as possible and try and see if I can punch through the unit. The Hell Cannon behaves itself and everyone just kind of shuffles forward. I mean, I'll go through the pictures, but it's really as easy as everyone comes forward. We go to the magic phase. It's a healthy magic phase of a 12. Because it's a 6/5 and I channel and he doesn't channel. First things first, I drop a Purple Sun, a small one, because I want to head it towards the Storm Vermin and he lets it go. The guy I'm playing, Alan, is a very experienced Warhammer player. He's a lot smarter than I am and he knows my tactic before I've even thought of it. He lets me have it and it kills no one. It misfires and goes to the side of me and doesn't kill anyone. And I pass my toughness check. My initiative check, sorry. I throw all 6 dice of Doom and Darkness on the unit of Storm Vermin, and I miscast to get it off. Alan's sign at this point because he knows what's coming next, and I know what's coming next, which is fantastic. The miscast is a 3, of which I don't take the strength 10 hits, but I'm sucked into the warp. Which sucks, which is why my Demon Prince is laying on his side. At this point, then, we realise that all remains in play spells end when the caster is removed from the table. Which means the Doom and Darkness spell, which has cost me a 500-point Demon Prince to get on the table, has now just disappeared. There is no words to describe how I felt after this. Alan was the best opponent that I played at the tournament. I voted him Best Sportsman for it. He was the most understanding and sympathetic person I've ever played against ever. I think he was a couple of sentences away from saying, just do it over again. Because we've all been there. It sucks when it happens in tournaments like this. This was when I realised the game probably wasn't going to go my way at the end of it, seeing as I've choked 2 of my Fortitude already. But, God. Sucks, right? Second time I've lost the Demon Prince, but second spell of the first game with no result. That was a bitter pill to swallow. But, as ever a soldier, we stagger on for the unit. Of course, we fire the Hell Can. The Hell Can does devastating damage at the back. I kill about 16 of the bastards. We do the leadership check, and he passes on a 7. Now, if your maths is as sharp as I am, that means he would have failed last time. I didn't want him to do it, but he did roll the theory hammer of what would have happened otherwise, and he failed again. So at this point now, I'm really kicking myself, because if I'd have... It's a coin toss to whether I'd have kept that unit alive. I'm going to stop moaning about it now, guys. It's the game at the end of the day, that's what I've got to realise. Stuff like this happens all the time. It's just the game, ifs and buts and all that sort of thing. Like I said, soldier on. We go to the rat's turn. The Skaven slaves move up in front of me. I'll apologise, guys. These pictures are going to be a little bit out of order, mostly because, and my notes are a little bit jumbled, because this is the last game of the day, and I had so much fun playing this game, I kept forgetting to take pictures. So I'll try and take as many. I'll try and remind you of as many kind of ones I've got. A rat dart moves up in front of my skull crushers, which is kind of cool. And the Doom Wheel rattles into my BSB. Again, I've never fought a Doom Wheel, so I don't really know what the coup is with it. But I assume, like I said with the last Battle Report, first one with the chariot, it's big and scary, don't want it to fight me, let's see if we can pound some face. I don't think it has a ward save, so I thought my great weapon would be alright in combat here. And that's it, everything else just kind of shuffles forward, the hell pit kind of wanders forward, everything. I mean, the guy I'm playing is a tactical genius. He knows what to do with all his different stuff, so I know I'm going to get outplayed, even if I hadn't have lost my Demon Prince. We go to the magic phase. I stop some of the little spells like Crack's Call, and little bits and pieces to stop me kind of dying in combat. But of course, I completely forget about 13th, which he miscast to get off on my unit, my Nurgle Warriors. He kills all bar the goddamn Festus and the banner. So that's it. The unit's just melted. I swapped the banner out in a minute because I remember the banner's the last guy alive. But good God. What was a 300-something point unit that had just melted? At this point, I think Alan's ready to I'm ready to call it. I'm thinking, God, this game... God, it sucks. He does 1 wound to himself in the magic phase and takes out some storm vermin, but he doesn't have the courtesy to miscast, which doesn't have the courtesy to kill himself, which I said he owed me a warp sucking job. Wow, that sounded horrible out of context, didn't it? Not a warp sucking job. Him getting sucked into the warp scenario is what he owed me. I need to stop drinking before I do these battle reports. Sorry guys, back on track. The Doomwheel can shoot in combat, which is scary, but it doesn't land any wounds against my BSB. Both his Warp Lightning Cannons do absolutely naffle, which is lucky for me, very lucky for me. In combat, I break the Doomwheel and it flees, and I pursue it to here. I didn't really want to pursue it to here, but I thought I could catch it on the run, which was why he's got all the way over there. So what productive end to the first turn. We go to Warriors of Chaos turn 2. My 2 characters in a horribly blurry picture turn and run away because they're scared and holding fortitude. The Skull Crushers, are they in combat with the Rat Dart? No, they're there now. They must have charged the Rat Dart and overrun or something in the face. Sorry guys, like I said, my pictures are all kind of out of whack. Everything kind of moves forward. The most important part about this that I screwed up was my BSB charged the unit at the side. The unit of Storm Vermin. At this point, I thought it's fine, I can just challenge my way to the top. But then I'm thinking about it logically, and at the beginning of the game, Alan said that he had 3 assassins. Now, if I was a smart player, and I'm not, I'd have all 3 assassins in that unit, because if I challenge every turn, there's not enough turns for me to get to the Greyseer, because he's got his BSB, he's got a unit champ, 3 assassins, he can move his Warlock in there, you know. It's a lot of pain before, well, him just leaving me there effectively without ranks and stuff to worry about as well. What I should have done is stayed out of combat and tried to pound it with a Hell Cannon and pray for a leadership check that failed a couple of times, because I mean his unit hasn't moved at this point at all. But you know, that's all I can do at this point. My magic's saturated completely because Festus has run the other way. Shooting's a dud because I'm in combat. I think I slaughter some clan rats. Or something. I don't. It's not notable. Whatever I do, it's not worthy of me writing notes about it. I challenge his unit champion. I murk him, splat dead, and excuse me. He dies horribly, and I get +1 attack, which is pretty cool. The dice behind the BSB in this picture is for a warlord who I completely forgot to mention earlier, who has the Fellblade. The Fellblade means each one of your attacks is effectively a cannonball. It's strength 10, d6 wounds. The good thing about the sword is, though, at the end of every one of his turns, it could potentially kill him. He could potentially take a wound, which was really cool. And he did. He took a wound. Haha. That was unsportsman of me, wasn't it? So we go to Skaven turn 2, this must be. Everything he does move forward. His Hell Pit is just an inch out, so it's right in front of my Skull Crushers. Everything else moves it forward, as you can kind of see in these couple of pictures. At this point, he doesn't need to put his foot on my throat. I'm doing it myself. I am choking myself, holding his arm and punching myself in the face with my with his fist. The game's going rapidly downhill, but ever a fighter, I always think I can pull it back. That's the way everything kind of shimmies. His rat unit behind my BSB spins around. I know how this ends. This ends in a cheeky adult film style sandwich with the BSB in the middle, which I don't want to be a part of. But silly Alex got into combat there, so that is where I shall remain. What he does is he casts Death Frenzy on his unit of Skaven, which sucks because it was the spell I was actively trying to stop him getting off, which is why he got off 13th last time, because Death Frenzy means that you're immune to psychology, because you have frenzy times 2, effectively. Once he casts this, I can't panic him off the board once he got this, so I was trying to fight this as long as I can, but the dice weren't with me, and he got it. So this was the sealer that unit's now immune. I don't think he's ever going to kill enough through his Death Frenzy, Law Attribute sort of power. Basically, at the end of each phase, he takes d6 wounds on the unit because of the Frenzy. But there's so many guys there, I don't think he'll ever kill the entire unit. We go to the shooting phase. The Warp Lightning Cannon does a wound to my Skull Crushers, and the other one does 2 wounds to my Corn Guys. No, sorry, the Corn Guys died to the Doom Rocket, which misses horribly. I love watching the Doom Rocket because you play the guessing game. He does 5 dice, the Doom Rocket hits the edge and kills 2 guys from there, which is kind of cool. In combat, I challenge again. The assassin jumps out. I make quick work of him. No, I don't. Sorry, I lie. I do a couple of wounds to him, but he remains in combat in front of me. And this is the time where Alan remembers he can reform. So he busses up Again, sorry about the blurry pictures, guys. He busts up in front of me, and now, if nothing else, I really will lose combat in the next turn because I'm down 3 ranks, if nothing else. The Hell Cannon pursued, broke its chains last time, which is why it couldn't shoot. I apologise. It bumped into that wall, the brick wall. So this turn in my movement phase, I've moved across to the side. The Gorby's Chariot charges the Rat Dart, which is interesting. If I don't walk that, I need to give up Warhammer. That's the thing about this fight. Every one of these fights was either a complete walkover in my favour, or I got absolutely stomped. So I wish there was a nice healthy grey area. Skull Crushers charge the Hell Pit. The Khorne Warriors turn to face... they were in combat with some slaves, that's why there's 2 guys missing. They turn to face the Warlock Engineer unit down there. Festus and his buddy run even further away because they are the mightiest pussies of all. We go to the combat phase. The BSB fights, kills the assassin, but I mean, God, if I challenge any more people, I'm going to get saturated at this point. So I kill the assassin in the challenge. I get +1 toughness, which doesn't help me at all. In combat, I do 4 wounds to the Hell Pit and lose 1 guy in return. Gorby's Chariot kills the Rat Dart, and I pass my Dangerous Terrain test. Let's go to Skaven turn. The Skaven Rat Swarm, I was going to say it's not Swarm, slaves charge aside of my Gorby's Chariot, which sucks. I get adult literature style gangbang, 1 in the front, 2 in the back. Ugh, that ends horribly for me because if nothing else, I'm screwed on res. I need to kill this assassin about 9 times to get the res back. So the BSB's gone. Warlock Engineer moves out of the Rat Dart unit. Rat Dart? I've got to stop saying that. Rat unit. And just stands in front of my Warriors of Khorne. I'll have him, but I won't get the unit later, which is very smart. Magic, I don't make any notes for, so we'll assume it's a dud. And the same for shooting as well. Oh, shooting, I know. He misfires and blows up one of his cannons and the other one misses. So he's down a cannon at the moment, which is quite cool because he kills both his Warp Lightning cannons himself. Didn't even need that. He was given it to me at this point. Yeah, I think he kills my Gorby's Chariot. God knows how he worked that out. For the side and static res, I think he killed my my Gorby's Chariot, which is why I've got a picture of these rats on their own. God, I hope that was what happened. The BSB understandably dies. If nothing else, I challenge the Fellblade guy, and I take a cannonball to the face. Effectively, that's how it boils down. If one of these wounds get through, I mean, I've got no save because it's strength 10, and all I need is a 2 for my ward save, or a 1 followed by a 1 or a 2 on my ward save, and then he's only got 2 wounds. So logic says he should have died, and he did. My last banner-bearing Skull Crusher slugs it out with the Hell Pit, for which there is no avail. And we're rapidly burning through the turns here. I didn't realise when we were playing how quite quickly it was, but it was about turn 5 before I realised anything. Let's go to Warriors of Chaos turn. Festus and his banner-bearer buddy jump into the building. Again, sorry about the picture, guys. That's a horrible picture. They're all really bad from here on out. I was in such a rush. And the Gorby's Chariot charges aside the Hell Pit, which is always awesome because those impact hits should help me out dramatically in this fight. Khorne Warriors charge the Warlock Engineer. He's toast. He knows it. Hell Cannon behaves himself. My magic's out of range because I'm stuck in a building, and my Hell Cannon's just shifted to the side so we can shoot next turn, which is awesome. We go down to combat. The Gorby's Chariot obviously breaks the Hell Pit and charges into the Swarm slave unit next to him. Skull Crusher spins around to face the front. He's holding points at this time because he's one of my Fortitude, so I've got to keep him alive at all costs. Khorne Warriors obviously murk through the Warlock Engineer, but don't run off the table, which is quite nice. Yeah, and the Gorby's Chariot, if he wasn't dead before, is dead now. We go to Skaven turn. The Skaven slaves move up. The Skaven slaves move up. The Skaven slaves move up. The Skaven slaves move... Sorry, I was on repeat then. Everything moves. All the Skaven slaves move my way. And the Storm Vermin bus kind of moves this way because it needs to get out of the line of arc of the Khorne Warriors and everything else. It needs to stay alive. That's the only point that it's trying to limp through the existence. In the Gorby's Chariot overruns into the Storm Vermin, which kind of sucks. He doesn't really need to use his magic or anything else. I mean, he gets some magic and stuff off, but I mean, all he's doing is kind of chipping away at the fluff at this point. Everything else I've got is basically toast. He breaks me in combat with his Storm Vermin, and I run. even though I had miasma of pestilence on from Festus, I run and he doesn't quite catch me. No, I run and he does catch me. Sorry, I run and he does very catch me. My Hell Cannon, again, sorry, I'm missing turns like it's going out of fashion, is somehow now in combat with, earlier on in the game it ate both of its, all of its crew, so it's been rampaging into stuff in the corner. I've been ignoring the fact that it's been fighting slaves, but in the corner it's fighting slaves. Do you want to see Hell Cannon go toe-to-toe? It's not very fun. It's just rat after rat getting mutilated. I mean, the RSPCA have been called out numerous times to stop it. In the Skaven magic phase, for whatever turn this is, for whatever round this is, he gets 13th off on the two guys in the building, and Festus and the banner bearer turn into two rats, which sucks because now I've really lost all my fortitude. The Hell Cannon dies? Question mark? Yeah, static res. I must have died on wounds or something. Good God, I don't break from combat, but I've died over here in this combat here. And that's really it, guys. I mean, all I've got left is the Corn Warriors and one Skull Crusher at this point. This last battle report, I will apologise most for. This was a horrible report to do at the at the end. I realise it doesn't make any sense at all. The recording must be very short completely. Fantastic game, though. The last guy I played against, Alan, got my favourite game vote. I have not done him justice at all doing this last battle report because I missed so much, and it was one of those you kind of had to be there moments. I think he realised kind of from turn one, after my turn one, and I realised after my turn one that I wasn't going to win, so it was how much of a struggle could I go down with. In fairness, he lost a few things. Not a lot he lost to me. I mean, he lost his Warp Lightning Cannons to each other. He lost some heroes to, you know what I mean, to challenges and stuff, but I mean, really, the reason I've got my Demon Prince laying down in the background in this picture is because he sucks ass and it's kind of... he sucks. The kind of final score to this end of this one was a 14-6 to Alan. So I got some things back. It was a respectable kind of thing at the end. Plus, Alan got an additional 5 for the end of the tournament for his fortitude. He broke me because I'm a little pussy, too busy fighting demons. I forgot what it's like fighting rats. Fantastic game. I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching the video. Sorry, this one has not been a testament to me doing Warhammer Battle Reports at all. His channel, Alan's channel, and I'm going to be posting some more videos in the future. On the 24th of May, I'm going to a 2-day, 5-game, 2,400 point fantasy tournament, and I'll be bringing my vampires because the Troll Horde is still comped. No units over 450 points. So I'll be taking my vampires. I'll be testing them out. You can see some battle reports when I go there. So the next kind of couple will be from me testing out that army, seeing what likes about it. If you guys have any comments, feel free to drop them in the comments box about what's good with vampires and what's not good with vampires. Really hope you like the video, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace!